Hello everyone, Minky here with the next part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever the game is called. That's the game. That's the name of the game, definitely. So I've not played this game yet at all since last part. It's actually the 19th of April today, so it's actually the day before the last episode goes out. But I load up. So I've got a bit of time, I figured I might as well try and get a few duels in. And I try and duel Mokuba. And Seto, like last time, was like, nope, you have to duel me. And so, I'm like, oh, God, okay, whatever. But then I thought, you know what, let's see if we can duel Seto, like I did last time, and to see if Mokuba actually, tags in. And, well, let's have a look, shall we? You challenge me? Well, I certainly admire your enthusiasm, but it will take more than that to defeat me, unlike the first time I beat you. I'm afraid I don't know you. Yeah, to be fair, Seto, I don't blame you for not knowing me. You've only dueled me 3 times, the first of which I won, okay? Well, anyway. And any duelist that I don't recognize is simply not worthy of my attention, even if you beat me in the first duel we had together. And if you're an unnoticed duelist, you must be a loser. Just like that first time anyway, and an army of losers will not stand a chance against me. My brother. Mokuba, what is it? The one you seek. I found him. Please return to the monitor room. Please return to the Mokuba room. What? Is that so? Then I must depart immediately. Perhaps I will take you on your next challenge when we next meet. Until then, work on your deck. You challenge my brother? Even I'm not fool enough to dream I could win against him. In fact, you probably can't even beat me. Come on, let's find out. So yeah, there's the Mokuba takes over the Seto attack. So he's not defending him then, he's just giving him information and getting him to go somewhere else. But still stepping in, so yeah, that's still pretty cool. So I'm glad I got that. So and that's what I wanted to record for now. Obviously, you're not going to see this until next part anyway, until next part releases, because it's at the beginning of it. But it's I figured I'd showcase this now and get it out of the way, and it's it's there. So obviously, I'm going to duel it now. I'm going to duel it on my screen, and then I'll obviously I'll see you in a second, or, well, you'll see me in a second, but it'll be, I'll see you in whenever I come back to this LP. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, so I'm into one of the duels, and I figured I'd show this off, because I know Dark Magician's a bit of a funky card sometimes. So right now, my Dark Magician girl has 2900 attack points, through her own effect. That's only through her own effect, therefore, it's not been lowered by anything, it's not been heightened by anything else, no Yami on the field or anything like that, right? Obviously that means, for those that, it's obvious why. It's because there's 3 copies of Dark Magician in the graveyard. So if we go check those 3 copies, we've got one here, which is the normal, the me copy, the minky copy. And we've got a copy here, which is the Arkana copy. And we've got the 3rd copy here, which is the normal copy, so it's kind of strange that this copy is counting towards Dark Magician Girl, because obviously it's the Arkana copy, obviously it should, because it's still Dark Magician, there's nothing different about it, thematically speaking, if you will. It's just that I know, sometimes in the games, this Dark Magician, for whatever reason, is counted differently from the other Dark Magicians, and I'm guessing that's mostly due to it, having different sort of more of an Arkana support system, if you will, rather than a generic support system, if you will, which is weird because all the other ones are treated as a normal Dark Magician, whereas only this one is treated differently. The Dark Magician, all the other Dark Magicians, even Yugi's Dark Magician, is considered a normal Dark Magician. So, I guess it kind of makes sense, but at the same time it's a bit, Anyway, so yeah, I think let's show that off, because obviously I think that's really interesting, because obviously, it's Dark Magician girls, Dark Magician kind of thing. Alright, next we've got this. Like just before I start, I just wanted to say that it's actually been a while since I've recorded the last bit, because I got to this bit and I figured I don't know whether I want to record this bit or not, but only the other day did I realise, you know what, I can record this little bit and then I can discuss it later on. I'm sure I'll get another chance at this. So let's just get started then. So basically this is just a little, I don't know what you'd call it, a monthly event. There's no months in this game, but you know what I mean, you know, something like that. Ladies, gentlemen and duelists, how goes the battle? Are you ready to participate in Target Week? No, not really, to be honest. To start the contest, all participants will be given 2 targets. You must find them during the week and defeat them. Bonus points will be awarded to the victors. Now, here are your 2 targets. Of course, man. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, these will always be random. So they'll always be random between like whatever, you know. And I mean, like last time I kept on like trying to reset the targets, and it did actually work. It did actually reset. You know, and I kept on going back to that screen where that starts off in this little section. So it is random. I'm not sure when it starts, but I know it's after that text box that the guy says. So, Seto Kaiba, head of Kaiba Corporation, a powerful duelist and excellent strategist. And the second target is Esperoba, an uncanny duelist with the power to see through an opponent's cards. Yeah, I wonder if he has that power in this game. I might have to check that actually. Yeah, do that deadly research. Okay, have you met any of your targets in the past? If not, you probably never faced them in a duel. That means you'll have to comb Battle City to find them. All results will be announced next Monday, so find your targets and come back victorious. Good luck to one and all. Okay, I've got Seto Kaiba. Do I have Esperoba? I do not. So I will get him when I can. So what I'll do is, if I can, like, I think what I'll do is, if I manage to get both targets, I'll record it. If not, I'm not going to fret over it, because, like I said, I'm pretty sure that happens again. You know, I don't see why they just randomly have it one time, especially when it's just as, like, random as that, where it can be any 2 targets, and then just, like, and then it comes off as so unimportant, if you will, if that makes sense. Of course, I could be wrong, but, you know. So I guess if anything, I'll make a backup save state just in case, you know, just to be able to do that, and then I can try and obviously, you know, get my 2 wins against both Esperoba and Seto Kaiba. But otherwise, I'm not gonna worry too much about it unless, you know, because I want to get on with like what I've got planned, and like I said, it's been a while since I've last actually played this game. To be fair, that's partially because I've been trying to get my Pokémon Gen 1 AEFE Let's Play, you know, off the ground. I've been trying to get that started, so that's why I focused more so on that rather than this. So, you know, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that so and show that off. So yeah, I'll get on with that then. Alright, next little bit here. So I wanted to go over this because this was a little bit of a surprise, if you will. I completely forgot he had this card. So right now I've just beaten his kin and the Swords Mistress, as you can tell by the 7 coloured fish and the life points and the graveyard. And what does he summon? Thousand Eyes Idol. Thousand Eyes Idol of all things, in attack mode as well. This is now, to be fair, this is probably one of the worst cards there is in the game, when he's got just a random card, a random copy in his deck. I say one of the worst because, I mean, it's basically the weakest monster. No, it's not one of the worst. It's just the weakest monster there is, if you will. And even then, I mean, I guess you can make an argument for a few other monsters nowadays. Well, not, you know, like the heretic monster, normal monster level 8 with 0 attack and defense, because he's basically the same as Personalized Idol, except he requires 2 tributes as opposed to 0. But at least he's got the argument of being a dragon type, so he works with hieretics anyway. But you know, but yeah, it's just funny that he's got not time, but the Fast Night's Idol out randomly, and then he's just like, oh yeah, I'll just summon this in time mode because why not, right? You know. Alright, that was it this time. Alright, in this next section, I figured I'd show this off. No, it's not Cyberstein, you might think, because I know he's got lost 5,000 life points. That's not got Blood Ultimate Dragon destroyed. He did have it once, but well, in the extra deck once, but he's not summoned it. But I figured I'd show this off. So I've changed. Where's it gone? Oh, there they are. Okay. But yeah, I've changed my deck a little bit now. I've upgraded it a little bit because I've gotten some really nice cards for it. This being one of them, Needleworm. Discard 5 cards from the top of your opponent's deck to his or her graveyard. So obviously that mills 5 cards, which is really nice. I like mill cards, so that's why I kind of want to go with it. And so let's have a look at the 5 cards. So the 5th card, the last card that was milled was Creating Shard, but as you can see, the 4th card was a piece of Exodia, which is really weird. And for the life of me, I've never seen him have the head. So I've always seen him have the 4 limbs, which is so weird because you'd think it's Exodia. You'd think they'd go to the effort of saying, okay, well, if we're gonna give them a random pool of cards that they may use as like deck filler, let's not allow the limbs of Exodia or Exodia at all to be used, because Exodia is supposed to be rare. You know, at least lore-wise in the games, it's supposed to be rare and whatnot. Or in the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's supposed to be a really rare, powerful card, whatever. But yet he's got a copy of the limbs. I mean, obviously he's only got the left arm here, but I know I've seen him with all 4 limbs before, so it's really weird. As you can see, I've also milled his Karibo, which is nice. His Weather. Spirit that controls rain and is capable of summoning hurricanes to blow the enemy away. And the 13th Grave. So yeah, I've milled those with my pretty cool Needleworm. So really nice card right there. Like I said, I like mill cards. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show for this little bit. Alright, next up we have this setup. Now, right now, he's got his Blood Ultimate Dragon in the section. Well, I presume it's Blood Ultimate Dragon. He's also got an empty hand because I've got Goblin on the fielder. Because I thought I'd use it for a bit of fun. And yeah, he's actually got Face Down. So yeah, he's got a bit of something going on, if you will. He's not as bad as I originally thought. He's also got Regeki. And he's also used Heavy Storm on occasion as well. So he is getting slightly better. You know, but like, that's really it. That's really the worst that he has is Time Wizard, Regeki, Heavy Storm, Blue White Ultimate Dragon with Cyberstein, and this Face Down. I don't know what this Face Down is, so I'm gonna see what it is now, and you know, just see what I've got, or not see what I've got, but just attack, if you will. So with Dark Elf. Yeah, it's going to cost me a flash, but it's fine. Morphing Jar, wow, he actually said it Face Down this time. So he actually, you know, did it for once. And yeah, it's actually, he actually said it for once, so for once he did actually... What, that goes to the graveyard? No, man. Oh, they all go Face Down? Oh, okay. Yeah, it must be... Let me read that. Let me read the effect, because I think I know what it is. Return all monster cards on the field to their respective decks and shuffle them. You and your opponent then pick up cards until you both have the same number of monster cards, level 4 or lower, that return to each deck. So, it only considers the level 4 lowers because it considered my Cyber Tech, yet it destroyed it. Special summon the monster on the field and face down between any other cards picked up are discarded. So surely level 5 or higher should get discarded automatically and not be considered for this. And I should get a second monster, right? Surely? And given that Morphing Jar activated after it dies, it shouldn't matter anyway, but... Oh well. But, well, I'm not recording the episode, I was about to start recording the episode, but yeah, that's that happened, basically, is what I'm saying, so, yeah. Alright. Alright, so I've just gotten this. This is something I've not really looked forward to, but I know of it, I remember it, so... this is an urgent announcement for all participant duelists. There have been several reported incidents of card robberies occurring in various parts of the city. We ask that you be careful. Reports indicate that members of the Ghouls are hidden among passerbys. We ask that you exercise extreme caution when moving from area to area. A package containing rare cards will be awarded to anyone cooperating in the arrest of these culprits. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. So yeah, we're going to worry about that now, which I think I've run into a couple of them before. Or I remember back in the day when into them before, and well, like I said, I wasn't that great, but I did have the occasional duel where I was like, oh yeah, that's good, I can do that. So that's I mean, I didn't have the occasional duel where I lost them as well, so... Yeah, I don't remember dueling many people outside of Mokuba, to be honest. So... Anyway, I just wanted to show that off, because I don't think I'm going to see it again. So, yeah, I'm going to see that text again, so... just so I've at least shown it off. There you go. And only moments later, I've already got the duel. Well, obviously not Kaiba, but... they're going to show up, basically. So, the results of our last duel have given birth to new strategies. Strategies that will live on with every new duel. ... Give me rare cards. So it is actually different every time as well, because I did, what's it called? I did make a statistic beforehand, and it wasn't the same one. It was a different one, so, Alright, let's see if I can take this on then. I'm going to give it a go and see what happens, and then hopefully I can actually get somewhere. So, let's see. And if I lose, then I probably will reset, because like I said, they do take your cards, and I'd rather not have them take my cards when I'm trying to set up something, so, I don't want to have to, but obviously, I guess it depends on what they do. Because obviously, if in the end it's if they do take someone good, then yeah, I'll definitely have to go back. But it depends on what they take, and if it actually tells you, and if not, then I'll reset, which I don't want to do. But if I have to, I will. Alright, well, I can do a dark hole here. Also, actually, let me check what 5 cards I milled. Creation of Faith, Bell of Destruction. What? Okay. Bell of Destruction. Humanoid Slime, nice. Flame Champion. You really have this? It's not, can't be that powerful. It's slightly more powerful than Flame Sword or Vanilla Flame Swordsman, but it is what it is. Alright. Yeah, I've actually got more fusions, by the way, so just so you know that's there. Monlarvis is still here because he's an earth monster, so Giant Rat summons him, and I think he's pretty cool. Come on, of course you draw Dark Witch. Come on. No, I ain't doing that, not yet. Magical Font, are you serious, man? I'm gonna have to do Kruber, aren't I? Especially if he summoned another monster, which you know he will. another one. Nah, I don't want to use that just yet. Yeah, let that go through, because obviously we're not Mokuba. And then, again, watch me draw multiply, because of course we will, won't we? Change of heart, nice. Alright, let's do that then. and then obviously I'm going to activate Magical Thorns, or Magic Thorn, which I'm sure it's called Magical Thorns, but I don't know. Probably should have waited a little bit as well, so I could attribute it to the monster or something. Oh well. Oh well, we'll see. Watch me completely regret it as well, because watch me draw like something like Dark Magician Girl. Yeah, that might have been a really bad play on my end. Dark Elf, okay, nice. That's perfect. Well, not perfect, but it's probably the worst option of all the good options. So it'll do. So I can only attack with her 2 more times now. That's assuming I take no more damage. Well, I can take a little bit of damage, I guess, but you know. Are you for real? Summon Skull, why? Why's Magic? Oh yeah, Magical Thorns is something else. Right? What's Magical Thorns even do? I can't remember, to be honest. You can inflict 5 damage. Okay, I thought this milled. I mean, I know it does some damage, but oh well. Well, I know what. I'm not gonna win, so let's see. Let's see what we actually get with this. Let's see what we draw into. Hopefully something. Oh, I'm gonna lose anyway. Never mind then. Of course, he attacks with a Mystic Clown first. If he attacks with Summon Skull first, you know. Alright, we lose. We get the normal game over music. Too weak. Finish poorly. With 5 jam. After the ghouls departed, because there were multiple and not just one, a check of the bag revealed that 1 card was gone. Apparently this was the card that was taken. Dark Magician Girl, really? And I get my card pack, man. Alright, what's... I mean, I'm probably not going to keep this, but... So you controls the dark, Frog the Jam, Copycat. Wait, who the hell are you? Oh, nice. But yeah, is that my only copy? I think it is. Because yeah, I did take all the Dark Magician cards out because I wasn't really using them. Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna not take that because again, I don't want to lose Dark Magician Girl. If it was one of my Dark Magicians, it would have been fine, but you know, maybe that does reset. In which case, if it does, then I'll note that down. But you know, anyway, that was that. So I just wanted to show that a little bit off. Okay, so I'm dueling Mokuba again, and he's got 500 life points left. And look at what he has summoned. His Blue-Eyed Ultimate Dragon. At the cost of Cyberstein, of course. As a kid, I used to call him Cyberstein because I used to think that's how it was pronounced. So, yeah, because I didn't realise until much later that it was a reference to Frankenstein and whatnot, that kind of thing. And also, yeah, he's got Megamorph, that's why he's much more powerful. But fortunately, I have this. So let's have a look at using that. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have anything that can actually, you know, get rid of Kariba, or yeah, get rid of Kariba and let me win with Thingamajig. But well, let's have a look. Now let's have a little bit of a play. Actually, now think about it. Yeah, it's basically your opponent, whoever equips Megamorph. That's so you can. So that means at least in this game, if you equip a Megamorph onto your opponent's monster, it still takes your life points. So you know, just bear that in mind when you know. Alright, now because he's bad with Kuribo, I know that if I attack, so I've just made a save state, I know that if I attack with either of these two monsters, whichever one I attack with first is going to cause him to discard Karibo. So even if I discard, even if I attack with Monlarvis first, he's going to discard Karibo for the damage. I mean, he's going to lose either way, but, 83 damage. And yeah, that was the first time we saw him Blue Eyes. Gives us Midnight Struck as well, so alright, that's all I wanted to show for now. Hopefully he actually does that in the middle of a duel, but we'll see. Alright, it is time. It's not a new episode, but I am now at 99 wins for Mokuba Kaiba, who's called Kaiba Mokuba in this, which I can kind of understand, but anyway. So as you can see, I've got 99 wins on him and 0 losses. And as you can see, on Seto, I've got 3 wins and 2 losses. So obviously this will come into play in a little bit, but I thought I'd also show off a duel with him. The 100th duel against Mokuba, and especially I can show off like my deck as well, and how that's kind of improved and I say improved, how I've kind of playing it as of late. So and I can also show off a few other. I've unlocked a few new card packs as well, so I can show those off as well as we go along. So let's just get on with our duel against Seto. Not Seto, Mokuba. Alright. First to go, nice. And he's not got Blur's Ultimate. Nice. Well, not nice, but I guess it gives me a little bit more freedom. So, okay, so first of all, I'll should go over these as we go along. This isn't my final deck or anything, this is just a deck that I've kind of like put together as I've gone along. So, Minor Goblin Official. You can have this card when your opponent's life points are 3,000 less, inflict 500 to your opponent's life points during each of their standby phases. So it's not very good, not very great, but it's something. Next up we have Just Asserts, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for every monster they control. The Bistro Butcher, this is for milling purposes, of course I'm going to get him out. Thunder Dragon, I'm going to activate his effect to get me 2 Thunder Dragons from the deck. And then I do have a Thunder Dragon in the deck, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon in the deck as well. So, there's that as well. So let's see what he starts with. I don't know. Oh wow, that's the first time I've actually drawn that. Yeah, these two are pretty basic. Gravekeeper's Serpent, yeah, it's actually a Gravekeeper's card. I don't think it's a Gravekeeper's card. I don't think it's an actual Gravekeeper's card anyway. Each time your opponent declares an attack, they must mill a card. So there you go. How good is that? Yeah, I don't want to risk getting rid of my Gemini Elf because I want to, I want to win this because this is a 100 duel against them. Key maze. I mean, if he has all monsters with 900 less attack, and yeah, I got another Just Asserts. I've actually got 2. I might have 3 copies actually. I know I've got. Well, I was going to say I've not got at least 2, but you've just seen that I've got 2. So, of course I've got 2. Right arm. Hopefully I don't draw Exodia too quickly, but. But the reason why I know I've got 2 Just Asserts right off the bat is because I know I usually get them together, and then I activate both at the same time, taking out 5,000 damage from him in one go. And it's just great. And that sets up Thingamajig as well, so that's really nice. It's a 3-card combo, I guess. Oh no, no, not Time Wizard. That's not allowed, man. I mean, if he wins, he's gonna mill a bunch. And yeah, you can actually chain Just Asserts together. So if he loses this, he might take a lot of damage. Hey, he lost it! He lost it! Not that it would have made much of a difference. Actually, yeah, I got Gemini Elf anyway. So, yeah, it would have been fine. Oh, finally we get Magical Thorn. I think I've got 3 copies of this in the deck actually. You can inflict 500 damage to opponent when your opponent's cards are discarded to the graveyard by the effects of magic, trap, or effect monsters. Even though I'm pretty sure he's taken 500 damage whenever it's you know, whenever he has to discard anyway because he's got 7 or more cards in his hand. I'm pretty sure that's happened, which is weird, but I guess I can't really trust the card too much. Not that it would make a difference, but you know. Ah, so he does mill a card, okay, cool. And he's gonna mill another 5. He's actually had a few really cool cards actually. I say cool, but I mean like, you know, let's see if he had any here. No, I didn't really have any here, but I know he's had like, I know he's had Source of the Forgotten actually. That was pretty cool. You know, yeah, let's just use 6 eddy pieces as bait. You know, getting to mill more cards. Not that it will matter, but you know, let's mill him more cards. He's gonna lose next turn anyway. Oh, hey, he's got Cannon. Nice. Or Canaan. Is it called Canaan? Pronounced Canaan? I don't know. I've always pronounced. I don't know how to pronounce it actually all this time. I don't know, man, to be honest. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure of much of this deck. Actually, that's a real shame. Yeah, that's really a shame. Oh well. I can show off my deck in a minute. You win. Yeah, I got you, Mokuba. I want my pack, please. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a few new card packs here. Wait, have I always had an Exodia? I don't remember always had an Exodia one, to be honest. You know what, now I think about it, now I probably did. Anyway, so, this one, this Bowload Dragon, I think that's the card. This one is only available to you once you have Bowload Dragon, or whatever the card is called. I'll put it on the screen. Once you have that card, you then get this pack. So you can get this pack whenever you beat a duelist. Relinquished. This one to the right. You get this pack when you get so many points. I think it's when you get so many points. I'm pretty sure it was the research I did said it was points, and yeah, I actually finally did some research, a bit more research and whatnot. So yeah, relinquished is when you got so many points, and then this one is I think when you get 500 cards total, 500 or more cards in your, you know, pack, if you will, or in your bag or whatever you call it, in your trunk, right? I think that's what it's called. So that's what this is, and then this is actually like the trap card pack, and I think this has every single trap card in it. So like there's a chance, yeah, in your 5 you can get any kind of trap cards. I think they also have to be different as well. I'm not sure there. And there's also a spell card variation, which is basically the same but for spell cards, but you need 1,000 or more cards total. Which I don't know how many cards I have. I'll check in a minute, but. Yeah, so let's, which one do I want? I don't even know which one I want to. I'll go for Relinquish, because that's the newest one, to see what I get here. Like, there's not really anything, I'm not going to worry too much, but, because I've got a fair nice amount at the moment. Amoeba, what is it called? When this card shifts your opponent, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. I'm guessing that obviously means you give it to your opponent and then the one that's been given to you takes the damage. I don't see why it would give you 2,000 damage just for no reason. Snap Seal, that's nice. I say it's nice, but I mean it's only really nice when I'm going up against Blaw's Ultimate or Mokuba. Dance Approaches. Now obviously this card says this is the infamous card that makes it face down attack position. It's really a shame that they changed it, that they routed it, you know, to say just make it a worse Book of Moon, you know, but you know, I kind of, like, I want to give this a go as well, because, like, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but as far as I'm aware, the way it works is just kind of how you'd expect it to. So, for example, you attack, let's say you attack a Magician of Faith that's been affected by Darkness approaches. It's got 300 attack. So, if you attack into it with a Glorious White Dragon, that's 2700 damage, but they still get the spell card back. Kind of like if a monster had Piercing, you know. So, and if anything would alter its attack or defense, it would still alter attack. Well, if anything would alter its attack, it's basically the same as if it would alter its defense. You know, kind of like field spell cards and whatnot, if you will. That's what I kind of expect. Weather Report, flip destroys your opponent's sword with Fiend Light. If it was destroyed, you can put on your battle phase twice, or on your next turn if you battle phase your opponent's turn. And a Gravekeeper Servant, I guess that's really nice. That's more mill. I imagine that, yeah, if every Gravekeeper's Servant you control, you get 2 or more. You mill that many cards. So yeah, I got 5,350 points, which Mokuba gives you 50 points every time. I think. No, yeah, he gives you 50 points. So, you know, it's yeah, that's that. Deck and Trunk. Okay, there you go, Deck and Trunk. And as you can see in the bottom right corner, I've got 681 cards. I should say coins. Cards at the moment. So let's have a look real quick at this, and I can show you what I really wanted to show you. So 7 coloured fish, Black Skull Dragon. This is only in here for Cyberstar, because I did actually get a copy of him, although he's in my side deck in a minute. Before it, he's back in here just to help thin out the deck a little bit, because I do have Exodia in here still. Buster Blader, he's only in here as tribute, you know, like to be able to get tribute 2 cards in the field, if you will. Core Lantern, very nice. Chain Energy. As long as this card makes space from the field, both you and your opponent must pay 500 life points per card to play or set cards from your respective hands. So that's really nice. Change of Heart. Comes to Sunbird. I do have the Fuse Material, so that's really nice. Cybertech Alligator. Again, really nice. Dominus. Dark Witch. Really nice. Exodia. Fusion Sage again helps thin out the deck. Yourself, thin out the deck. You can't, obviously you can't, well yeah, you can't actually perform it. Gemini Elf, again, not thins out the deck. No, she's just powerful, that's it. 2 Giant Rats, again, of course they thin out the deck. Giant Red Sea Snake. Grateful Charity. Gravekeeper Servant. Jar of Greed. A bunch of these cards obviously to thin out the deck and whatnot. Just Asserts. You know, just damage, I just explained. Exodia, 3 Magic Thorns. I've actually got 4 copies actually, but obviously you can only have 3. That card. Mokuba. Wow, I actually have 3 now. Nice. I might put more in the deck, but right now it's just 3. It's just 1 at the minute. And they're for tribute as well, so they can be brought out with Giant Rat, even if their attack would be above 1500, thanks to their fact. 2 Needle Worms. They're a tribute, but you don't want to bring them out with Giant Rat because they'll be face up. And it's Habshin as well, so that's even worse. Negate Attack, Polarization, Pot of Greed. Yeah, you're only limited to 1 here, unfortunately. Exodia, Robbing Goblin. Each time when your monster inflicts damage, your opponent discards a card, which I think helps with other cards as well, and whatnot, like a Family Jig. Bistro Butcher thins out the opponent's deck, so it mills for them. Thunder Dragon, like I said, mills for you. Twin-headed Thunder Dragon, and Witch the Black Forest, which helps out thin out the deck, and also even write out searches for Exodia anyway, so she's really nice for that. And you know, so yeah, there's that. Now let's draw Mokuba again. Oh look, I've beat him 0 times. Except I've not beat him 0 times, I've beat him 0 times. Because it doesn't go up to 100, it just shows you the last 2 digits. I remember seeing that like all the way back when I first played this game, and like I said, I focused on dueling Mokuba, and so I kept on dueling him and beating him and whatnot, and obviously I beat him at least 100 times to know that yes, it does actually show you, you know, well, it doesn't show you 100 wins, but it shows you, double digit wins, if you will, when it's supposed to be single digit. And obviously when it's when you beat him 101 times, it'll show you as, you know, 0-1 win as opposed to 1 win or 101 wins or whatever. So, you know. So that's what I wanted to show off with Mokuba. So yeah, that's all I wanted to do for now. I still want to do more, but I'm still gonna take a break. Obviously, well, you won't hear this until I make this video, but obviously, like, I thought I'd show at least off, you know, now, and then I can get on back to dueling him. Alright, so yeah. Alright, next we've got this. So he's only got 1 card left in this deck. You can't tell because it only shows like a full deck of cards if it's like, I assume 10 or more cards, and if it's like 9 or less, then it will obviously, well, not obviously, but it will show only like 1, you know, because it's not like as big, if you will. But there's only 1 card left in this deck at the minute. So I've got the Bistro Butcher. Now, as you may know, he's actually got a downside, technically. Well, yeah, it's pretty much a downside, where whenever he inflicts battle damage to the opponent, they draw 2 cards. So, I'm actually going to use this to actually win the game with. Now, it doesn't matter who I attack, because I'm not going to do enough damage. But I'll just attack Beak Snake, because why not? So, Wobbling Goblin activates, I don't know, yeah. Wobbling Goblin activates first, which it doesn't matter. That's why he had to discard a card, and then he had to draw 2 cards, which obviously because he's only got 1 card left, he loses because he decks out. Because as far as I'm understanding, the ruling is if you have to draw, you know, so many cards, if you have to draw X amount of cards, but you don't have enough cards to draw that amount, then you lose to Duel, just like that, even if it's your opponent's card effect. You know, so obviously, like, it was my Bistro Butcher's effect that made him draw, you know, 2 or more cards when he only had 1 card left in his deck, therefore he lost. So yeah, I just wanted to show that off because I thought that was kind of interesting to show off. Alright, so here, as you can see, I have 99 wins with Mokuba. It's actually 199 wins with Mokuba because, again, like I said, it doesn't count 3 digits, it's only 2. So I figured I'd show this duel off to show you kind of like how it looks like, you know, after, you know, dueling him for the 200th time, and to see the stats afterwards, if you will. And of course, Satakaiba's here, you know, telling me, LMFAO, I'm gonna let Mokuba duel for me anyway. You know, so they have split up a few times, which has been really nice. Because it means I can just duel Mokuba. You don't get as long of text as this. But you know, it's but you know, it is what it is. I don't know if I've changed my deck a little. I probably have changed my deck a little. Actually, yeah, I definitely have because I've got no extra deck at the minute. Yeah, I've got nothing I can really utilise other than you. So I've got Mass Sorcerer because I'm not actually using Exodia at the moment. I'm just trying to go for my decks so I can get good stuff out, you know, like Magic Fawn stuff like that. I can just passively let play out, if you will. So the nice thing about Masked Sorcerer as well is that they've got 1400 defense. So the fact that they've got at least 1 stat that at least defense against Mokuba. I mean, yeah, it sucks when he summons out cannon and then attacks with cannon into Masked Sorcerer because it means that nothing really happens and they're not going to try and attack again into Masked Sorcerer. Oh, they got Manita Burger. That's probably going to be what they summon next, I imagine. But yeah, it's you know, it's a nice but yeah, I've not got Exodia at the minute basically in this deck. Okay, there's something to face up, alright, fair enough. So yeah, it's but yeah, I'm really just playing defensively at the minute, really. Because, you know, it's there's really I'm enjoying playing defensively more so than I am offensively, if you will. So yeah, it's been a... Because I can just casually let it go while, you know, I'm watching a video or something, you know. And yeah, I've got Prevent Rat in here as well. Prevent Rat's pretty cool, I think. I might, you know, I mentioned before that I've got, in one of my binds, I've got a bunch of turtles and tortoises together. I might do the same with rats, because I know there's at least 2 rats that I really like, those being Giant Rat and Prevent Rat. So I think that both of those are pretty cool. You know, I think both of those are pretty nice to have. You know, because I mean, yeah, they're not nowhere near meta or anything, but still. You know, it's still pretty nice, I think. You know, it's rats, you know. Yeah, I've got a bunch of tribute monsters in here as well. Oh no, I meant to activate magic forms. But yeah, I meant to. But yeah, I've got some tribute monsters in here as well, like Hyozonru. Because then I can set them face down and also get rid of some of my monsters as well, so I can put another monster face down. You know, like yeah, right there, Hyozonru. Got Labyrinth Wall. That's the same, pretty much the same concept. You know, just sacrifice. You know, and Mokuba just attacks it. No worries. You know. Oh, okay, never mind. He doesn't attack it. I think he needs to have a certain attack threshold, if you will, in order to not realize, but like, cause I know he's designed against attacking Thingamajig at times, Hyozonru at times, because he probably sees that you tribute a monster and then realizes, okay, that's gonna be a pretty powerful monster, so I'm not gonna attack it. You know, but see, he attacks Needleworm because it was a no tribute monster basically. And this is pretty cool, nice little thing there. Robin Goblin gets rid of a card in his hand, and Magic Form deals 500 damage because he discarded a card. That's really nice. And I think that was since, well, I hope that was since the Serpent. Yes! Since the Serpent. Alright, now I can also actually equip Mage Power onto my Sorcerer. And I can actually start attacking with this thing and get like some nice damage done. Well, I say nice damage, but I mean like I can just start drawing cards really. I always go for the weakest, for the strongest monsters as well, so that I can do the least amount of damage. And that way, you know, I get to draw a card and also, you know, get to see what, I get to have a bit of fun with that and whatnot. Of course, you know, of course I could do more damage as well if I wanted to, but usually it's like, nah. Plus I had the 500 extra damage. Yeah, see, look, he's got 300 attack, so he's attacking. Wow. He still discarded and took damage. I thought you were supposed to lose. Well, I guess yeah, we proved that wrong. Then with Graceful Charity, Graceful Exodia, I guess you could call it. So yeah, oh yeah, I got Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I don't know why I got Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, but yeah, I will. When we get to it, I will mention why I got Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Actually, I'll put it on screen now just for the sake of argument. I don't know. I don't think I got Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Weirdly enough, as well, this other card pack, this one, you only unlock this when you get Blue Eyes Dragon. You don't unlock it when you get Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Because I actually got Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon first. I've used no codes in this LP so far, even off screen or anything, and I got Blue Eyes Ultimate first, and yet this card pack was not unlocked to get Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is a little weird, but you know, I guess it is what it is. And here's Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. So what do we get? Octopus. So basically, it's like a normal version of Legendary Fisherman, kind of, but whatever. Umi Ruka. Increases attack of water. Okay, this is the water equivalent of like mountain or whatever. Like the genuine thing. Psychic Kappa. Okay. Cyber Jar. Nice. Nice. Both players pick up, not draw, 5 cards from top of their respective decks. Show the cards to each other. Immediately special. Oh, okay. There is an extra effect. It's just so weirdly placed. Immediately special summon any monster cards on level 4 or lower among them on the field in face of attack position or face down defense position. The rest of the cards picked up are placed in the player's hands. And what's the last one? Writing Arkana. Okay, the wind variation of mountain or not mountain. Well, I can't remember, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. Alright, there you are, Mokuba. You're on your own again. I think the music is different as well. Because I did not recognise this music. Like, even from this game I don't recognise this music, although I did usually play without sound on. I might have played with sound on during the duels, but not during these little intermissions. Usually because I was like, I don't know, hiding, if you will. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't getting hurt or anything, as you do as a kid. But yeah, 200 wins counts as 0 wins, just like 100. I guess I'll chime in again when I get to 255 wins or so, roughly. But yeah, that's Mokuba at 200 wins then, so I figured I'd show that off at least. And yeah, that's it for now then. Alright, here we are at 249 wins. I know it only says 49 wins, but yeah, I'm going to not duel Mokuba, and instead I'm going to show off my deck now, because I figured this is something. This is a deck that I've been enjoying using for a while, you know, against Mokuba. It's not the deck I'm going to go with, probably, because I don't think it's that great, especially without Exodia, but it is. Well, it's something, you know. So one copy of Stairway Jar. You can't have. You can only have one at most, but that's been kind of fun. Gets me a lot of sets. Hopefully, I might actually move a few spell and trap cards out for this card. But at the same time, maybe not. I don't know. 3 copies of Giant Rat, 3 Giant Soldiers, 1 Graceful Charity because you can only have 1. 1 Gravekeeper's Servant, 3 Heroes Shadow Scout. 1 Horn of the Unicorn. That's mostly for Mass Sorcerer and such, because then it doesn't make the attack too high, and you know, therefore when they do damage, I can do a little bit of damage as opposed to a lot, if you will, like Mage Power would do. 1 Jar of Greed. I've only got 1 Jar of Greed, so I don't know if I can have 2 or 3 copies in the deck, but I guess we'll find out when we actually get there. We'll actually get more anyway. 1 copy of Magic Thorn. I did kind of swap between 2 and 3 copies, but then I thought, you know what, it's probably best if I just have the 1. Mass Sorcerer, again. Mass Sorcerer defends against anyone in Mokuba's deck, except for Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which obviously no one would defend against in this deck, but, you know, this is here just for the sake of 99 times out of 100, you know, Mokuba's probably going to not have Blue Eyes Ultimate, so. Monster Recovery, this is to help reset certain monsters that get used up but don't go to the graveyard, and also lets me reshuffle my hand as well, because if you look at the effect, like one of your own monsters on your side of the field, and combine it with your deck. At the same time, combine your hand and deck together and shuffle the deck. Draw the same number of cards that were in your hand from the shuffled deck. So, you know, it's basically, if you have 3 cards in your hand, you draw 3 cards, that's basically it. Which is a little unfortunate, but at the same time it's, you know, it is what it is. Morphing Jar, which I think you can only have 1 copy of. Flip, both you and your opponent discard your hands and draw 5 new cards from your respective decks. So that's 5 cards regardless of if you have 1 card in your hand, or 0, or 5, or 26 cards in your hand. Doesn't matter how many cards you have in your hand, you draw 5. Same goes for your opponent. Doesn't matter if your opponent has 0 cards or 26 cards or however many cards they've got in their hand. They will still get 5 new cards from their deck. So technically a mill 5, but you know, Mokuba. This is just here for something to actually, for me to actually have another like attacker, if you will, and technically a defender as well. But obviously you've got to be careful with the fact that they've got 300 less defense and attack. So you know, Needleworm, flip, mills 5 cards from your opponent. Nimble Momonga. This is when this card sends Screamer and starts a battle, increase your life points by 1,000. You can also take cards of the same name from your deck and smash summon them to the field in face down defense position. The deck is then shuffled. So that's pretty nice there. Pot of Greed. I think it's pretty obvious why this, I think, but you know. Reign of Mercy, increase the life points of both players by 1,000 points. So it's basically Dying Keto, but what applies to both players. And it does actually apply to both players. It doesn't like randomly decide, oh, do you want to give it to you or your opponent? No, it does work on both players. And the reason why I've got this card in here is so that I can obviously increase my own life points by a little bit, so I've got a little bit more of a buffer. Not that I really need too much of a buffer, but especially with that other card that increases my life points by 1,000, but I can do that 3 times basically. But also it increases your opponent's life points by 1,000 as well, and I love milling and such to the point where I don't really mind the whole life point thing, because obviously it doesn't matter how many life points you have when you deck out. So obviously I don't mind giving Mokuba the extra 1,000 life points in this case, because it's just a nice little extra turn, if you will, or whatever. Robin Goblin. Each time one of your monsters inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, one card is randomly selected from your opponent's hand and discarded to the graveyard. So that does work with Magic Form, by the way. So, you know, and with Mokuba attacking into my defensive monsters, it's obviously going to take, you know, a card from his hand every time. And Magic Form is going to then deal 500 extra damage to him every time. So, you know, it's really nice. 2 copies of Sangan. You can't have 3 copies for some reason. I did try to have Witch in here as well, and you can only have 1 of her in the deck, so I don't know what's up with that. But the reason why Sangan is here is just to help get, what's it called, Cyberjar quicker to the hand. I think the Witch would work. Well, the Witch would work as well, actually, yeah, I know Witch would work, but the reason why I don't have Witch in the deck is because she's got a good enough defense to the point where most of Mokuba's monsters would be able to attack over, where they wouldn't be able to attack over Witch. Therefore, Witch would just be a card in the field that I'd have to tribute or something, you know. So it wouldn't be that great. I mean, yeah, some of his monsters can, but not all of his monsters can. And sometimes he summons out a bunch of like very weak monsters. So yeah, it's not very fun. Skelengel, this card obviously is well, flip, draw a card. It says you can, but you do. You don't get a choice. 3 copies of Spear Cretin. After this card is flipped, when it is sent to the graveyard, both you and your opponent select 1 monster from your respective graveyard and special summon it on the field in face up attack position or face down defense position. No tributes is required for monster level 5 or higher. So basically, you both monster reborn a monster from your own deck, from your own graveyards. So it's not from either graveyard, it's you monster reborn a monster from your graveyard, your opponent monster reborns from their graveyard. Doesn't matter who controlled the Spear Cretin or who destroyed it or whatever. And as well obviously they're going to flip first, but you know, well I assume they're going to flip anyway. And then you can also do it in face up attack or face down defense position, as opposed to face up defense position. And it does work even if your opponent has no available slots to summon more monsters in. So you can just have this guy continuously bring himself out. You know, well, if you've got 2 copies, you can just infinite loop it. And your opponent doesn't get any special summons because they've got a full field. Well, in this case Mokuba, but you know, it's, you know. But you've got to be careful because it is a monster reborn on any of your monsters, basically. So if your opponent's like Seto Kaiba, for example, he could easily bring out a Blue Eyes Red Dragon. Or if it's Mokuba, he could bring out Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I presume. Actually, no, he can't because he Cyber Science it, never mind. But you know what I mean, you know, it's very easy to, you know, get out some very nice monsters from the graveyard. That's the point. It's like, there's no restriction on it other than monsters that can't be by someone like Dark Sage, for example, or a Cyberstein Blue Eyes Ultimate, you know, something like that. But you can obviously just infinite loop 2 Spear Cretins together, which is really nice. Or you can bring out, say for example, Cyberjar or Skelengel or, you know, Needleworm, you know, just something to help do more, if you will. Spirit of the Harp, this card is obviously here for the defense, and I've got 3 copies as well. The Bistro Butcher, this card, when this card inflicts damage, your opponent must draw 2 cards from their deck, so obviously, nice little mill there, if you will. I say nice little mill, but you know what I mean. Toll, as long as this card remains facing from the field, both you and your opponent must pay 500 life points per monster to attack. So obviously, you know, you're not in this deck. I'm not really going to be attacking too much, but obviously the opponent is. They're going to attack into a Spirit of the Harp, and then they're going to obviously lose life points. They have to pay life points. They have to discard for Goblin. They lose 500 from Magic Thorn, you know, etc, etc. And finally, Upstart Goblin, which unfortunately is only a one-of as well, because you can only have one. Draw one card from your deck, your opponent gains 1,000 life points. So obviously, again, this is basically like a combination of Jar of Greed and that Rain card, or Pot of Greed and that Rain card. You know, so it's a really nice card there. You know, and yeah, so that's my deck at the moment. That's kind of how I'm dueling Mokuba at the moment. So, you know, just send, you know, what's up there, and then also just to point out that my points score at the moment is 12,900. Now I don't know what the max is, but I'm gonna guess it's 9999999. So I basically 10 million, basically. So you know, alright, I think that's gonna be it for this part, to be honest, because I don't think there's really much else I can record. You know, unless something outright weird happens. But I've been kind of skipping things anyway, so who knows? We'll see, I guess. But if something does happen, then, well, we obviously won't be hearing this bit, but, you know. But yeah, so thank you for watching this presumably extra long part, and I hope you have a very minky day.